Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Solita, and today's video is titled Love. And I also have a poem that I wrote, a really small poem that goes into what I'm going to speak on today. So let me read from Galatians 5:22. The fruit of the Spirit is, sorry, I got tongue-tied. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness. And also Ephesians 4:32. Be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another as God in Christ forgave you. Now, with knowing these things, think about the people in your life and whether they exude any of these qualities or not, okay? And now I'm going to read my little poem. Well, it's not little, but it's a small poem, so that's why I'm saying little. A 4-letter word called love. Living out vibrantly and eternally. People abuse it and use it and not exude it. Sounds good, but to hear good, you have to see good, or you cannot witness what it is to be good. Goods come with services that many aren't willing to acquire. So why do we use the word that we do not live up to? So when they say that they love you, they are living out vibrantly, eternally through you. Whatever poison through you, whatever pain through you, whatever gain through you. So do they love you, or do you love you? Or is love just a 4-letter word, misguided and abused? And I'm really asking that question because it's like, when you think about it, when people tell each other they love each other, right? It's like they just saying it just because, or they saying it because they mean it, you know? So because they told you that, that's what you hear, right? And when you hear somebody saying, I love you over and over and over, in your mind, it gets in there. So even when they do bad to you, you'll believe, but, oh, well, I love them. Or, oh, they love me, you know? And then it's like, but do you see it? Because if you see them really loving you, you'll really believe it. But when you're just hearing them tell you that they love you and you don't see it, you don't believe it. You question it. You doubt it. You doubt it. You know, actions speak louder than words. People will use the word love because love is what we all need. They know we need love. They need love too. That's why they do what they do, just not in a good way. And your need for love will have you doing foolish things. You'll hear it enough that you'll believe it and you'll start to sing it. Just like, for instance, you ever hear a song that you really don't like on the radio and say like the radio keep playing and eventually you start singing a song. That's the same thing. You start singing that same old love song to yourself, trying to force yourself to believe something that's not real, right? Because when somebody truly loves you, you will know it and you don't have to question it. You know, and everything will feel exactly like love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness. Those are things that you don't have to question when you actually know it, you see it, and you believe it, right? You start singing, and it's in your subconscious, and they say they love you, but do they really act like it? Do they really show it? Because believe not what they say and believe exactly what they do. Because what they do shows you how they really feel about you. It shows you where you really stand when it comes to that word love. You know, love is joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. They do not exude these qualities. So do you love you enough to walk away from people, places, and things that don't exude these qualities? You know, you got to think about it. Like, for instance, in my own life, I wanted to believe that I was loved by people, but these people that are no longer in my life, I knew that maybe they did have love, but their way of love was not a godly way of love. Because when you love people, you bring peace into their life. You're kind to them. You're loving to them. You're caring to them. You nurture your relationships when it's a godly and a pure relationship. When it's not a godly relationship, we tend to do whatever. Not saying that you're not going to sometimes come into conflict with people you love, but it's a way that you handle and deal with that conflict, right? You know, we misuse love. We tell people we love them when we really don't. We use love, and we use it in a way to, like, people use it in a way to manipulate. You know, if you keep telling, like, especially if you with somebody that cheats on you, or if you with somebody that steals, or somebody that's just a liar, they will say anything to get what they want. And then they will especially pick out people who they know that have good hearts, or the heart that they do not have, or that they desire to have, and they'll toy with it. They'll toy with your heart. Like, they'll take your kindness for weakness, is what I'm saying. And those people that take kindness for weakness are actually weak. You know, because a person that's being kind to you, it is not easy to be kind. That is something that you learn over time. That is a choice to be kind. Because it is easy to be angry, mean, and all of those negative things, right? So when we love, we're supposed to love wholeheartedly. We're not supposed to be like, oh, I love you. Because when we give that false hope, that false love, you wondering why you got 2 guys fighting over each other, or you got 6 women fighting over 1 man. Think about it. 6 women fighting over 1 man when you got about 10 billion men in this world. If that's an actual number, I'm just throwing something out there. Okay? You got 6 on 1. But how come you 6 can't just have your own one? You get what I'm saying? It's like, because people know how to manipulate with love. They know that that's something that we all need. And without love, that's why we have all these wars and this chaos and all this conflict. Because everybody's operating not in love. There's no love in anything. A lot of things don't have love in it. People, you know, not even putting love into their work. In order to be successful at anything, you got to put love into it. You know? So if you don't have that in your life, well, then you got to put love into yourself. You got to love you first, because if you love you first, then other people will love you also. You got to believe in you first, because then other people will believe in you also. You got to be confident in yourself, because then other people will be confident in you and what you do and what you say. I mean, these are lessons that I've been learning my entire life. This is a lesson that I'm going through now, and I had to share it because I was having my word this morning, even in spite of the little mishaps right now that keep trying to stop me from making the videos and stuff. But I'm not letting nothing stop me. I had to pause back in November on this topic about love, because I was like, Lord, I don't know what to say. How can I tell people anything about love? You know? But today, well, it's been like a good 7 days since, and he gave me that word I needed and that inspiration to write that poem. I was just really thinking about how people use the word love and abuse it. They abuse it, but yet don't even exude it. That's the problem with people now. You know, they just throw it around. And if God is love, why are you throwing God around like that? You know, playing. You can't play with that. So with that being said, beautiful souls, I'm going to end this video on that note. Until next time, let me help you, and together we can help one another. Peace and blessings.